Everyone, Aria Labs here with a blog to watch. I'm here looking at the Apple Watch. This is actually a unit that the Apple Store has to show you how the interface works, and I'm going to be going through the process of customizing and changing dials. What I'm doing here is actually changing this watch face. You can actually make it more minimalist, or you can fill it out with additional markers. Here's where you can change the colors of the seconds hand, and you're using the digital crown to scroll through the options, and then you swipe on the screen to move to different things. These are the various modules on this particular watch face that you can change. So here there's different ways of displaying the date, and then you have these modules around the various corners which you can do different things with, or you can turn them off altogether. Using the crown is comfortable, it's simple. I like the operation. You know, there's different things you can do with the watch in terms of how to input commands. You can use the crown, you can push in the crown like a button. There's another button under the crown. You can swipe on the screen, you can tap the screen, you can actually push on the screen, which is interesting. So what I'm doing here, for example, when I'm touching the screen, is I'm doing a light tap, and when you push down more, you get a different response. Anyways, I'm actually recording this narration afterwards, so if my voice does not 100% sync up with what I'm doing, that's why. You can see here that there's a lot of options. We'll get to that in a second here. So there's the dial that I just made. You can see it's kind of minimalist. And we're moving through here. These are the stock dials that come with the Apple Watch right outside the box. There's the famous Mickey one with a little animation, which looks cool. And you see that little red dot there on the top. That was actually says you have a notification. So you see here this bottom one, you can change various elements. There's the date. You can show meetings, stock prices, things like that. And if you see here, when I go to customize, that's actually kind of like a hard push on the case, like the entire case is a button. You can see the different, there's moon phase, sunrise, sunset time, battery life indicator, or you can just turn them off to get something a little bit more clean. There's digital ones. If you saw at the end there's something that says add new, and that's where I anticipate you're going to be able to add new ones, but that's not functionality that exists yet. That's an interesting screen, actually. That shows you sort of the sun's path through this. So this is the one that's similar to the first one I showed you, but you actually change the colors. You can change the color schemes, and I'm showing you how those taps work there. So I'm scrolling, and you can see how it changed all those different colors. And then you have a lot of different modules here. I think there's 6 or so, or maybe 5 different modules to change there. I'd say changing the faces is really fun. It's something that you'll probably be doing a lot if you are the type of person that likes seeing that variety. Hopefully, at some point, there'll be an app for the Apple Watch that allows you to randomly change them, so that every day maybe there's a different dial or something like that. These are all useful little things that you want to see, you know, information that you need, or access to tools, like for example an alarm or a chronograph function, and it makes it sort of easy to access them. So here you have the stopwatch function, for example, and you just push on it. It's quite useful, and there's actually different styles of the chronograph. Yeah, there's the analog one, which is a little bit retro looking, which is cool. I think Apple did a pretty nice job designing these, and I think people get a lot of use out of it. It makes it a real watch. When you push on the crown like that, it's kind of like the home screen here. So the whole point of this is really to sort of show you the different dials, and I'm going through here with all these options. Again, all of them are customizable, and the customization differs, of course, based upon what the screen is. Some have more or less customization. This one you can change the colors, for example, as well as these modules and what that information is. Again, it's a little bit too early to talk about what's going to be the most useful, because we haven't actually had an opportunity to sort of like get a long hands-on test with the watch, but it's really interesting to see the types of things that right out of the box Apple is providing. Again, we fully anticipate there to be third-party watch faces that are going to be able to be downloaded. I anticipate some of them are not going to be free. I think that there's a hint that with Disney, there's going to be a lot of licensed watch faces that are going to be available, and that's going to be a good way for people to sort of, you know, customize their watch, and it's also going to be something to buy. It's going to be a money maker. Here's the one with the pictures. You have the butterfly, the flower, and the jellyfish. That's an interesting one. I'm going to make this a little bit cleaner there. So take off the date, for example, and just have the time and the jellyfish, and you can see an interesting animation here. I think when you look at the time, the jellyfish just kind of comes into view like that. It's neat. The animations work well. There's a home screen. You can see all the apps. And the watch dial is really what you're going to be seeing on a regular basis. So those are the watch faces, and how they customize them and how to change them on the Apple Watch. We'll be covering this more at length, but it's actually a great part of the watch and something that I think people are going to enjoy a lot. And they have these units available, these sort of demo units, at the Apple Watch stores until the watch becomes released on the 24th, and then after that a little bit. Thanks a lot.